chat about change. Because sometimes change happens. And especially during the new year and all this time and everyone's in full swing of resolutions and all of that. And then the change happens and then it's terrifying. So I had this wonderful piece of advice, and as I am soon to be moving, I am reminding myself of this advice in full freaking force. Actually, I think I found it out of the book called The Naked Roommate. Someone gave me that book when I was going to college, and yes. Would you like to see something? Yes. Puppy love all the time. But the book I read was called The Naked Roommate. Someone had given it to me. Actually, I think several people had given it to me, now that I think about it. Stop sniffing the candles. No, not for you. The advice was that big change takes an adjustment period, and specifically for college, they recommended doing 3-month processing, understanding periods, I guess. And at first I was kind of like, this is silly and ridiculous, and this is just all what adults trying to tell me what to do and nonsense at the time, because I was like, this is stupid. But it was probably the most important piece of information ever, and it was basically that the first month, it's going to take you 3 months to fully get adjusted to any sort of major change in your life. The first month is going to feel like it's brand new and fancy and shiny, like a vacation if you're moving, etc. and so forth, and it'll be so much fun. The second month, you are going to go into a pit of anxiety, despair, second guessing everything, because that's when all the bad stuff starts popping up and you can't ignore it anymore like you did in the first month. You're no longer in vacation mode. This is feeling more like real life, and all the bad things, because they are new, are amplified. And by month 3, that is when you start to feel like what the actual balance is, and by the end of month 3, that is what the actual reality of the change is. And you can then decide from there, is this something that I want even longer than this long term, or is this something that it's not going to work for me? The bads have way too much outweighed the goods that I thought were originally coming with this change. And every time I have moved, every time I have changed jobs, every time I have even gotten into a brand new relationship, that has always freaking happened. Month 1, it's great. Month 2, it's a despair hole. And month 3, it kind of seems to even out. And by the end of month 3, I actually know what I want to do long term. Every single time. And I think it's good to have a sort of schedule for that I now know for myself, that like it takes 3 months for me to adjust to something new always. And now I know when month 2 happens and I start panicking and freaking out and going, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? It's okay. Like, I know now in my depth year, as I'm going through it for 2019, right now I'm feeling great. Right now everything is nice and shiny and fancy. I'm all about it. 2019 is new, it's fantastic, the depth year is a new concept to me, I am gung-ho for all the things, and I know in month 2 there's gonna be something happening and I'm gonna wanna buy it. I know when I move to a new city, same thing, the city will be new and fresh, I'll be so excited for my new apartment and all the fun things, and then month 2 will come around and I will realize there are certain things like, oh my god, it's raining all the time, or oh my god, I'm not used to the sunshine or the cold, or, you know, trying to make new friends. Like, there's gonna be things that are just going to get in the way in month 2, and I am prepared for that now. And knowing that about major change, and knowing that major change, that even as excited as you are for it, even if that is exactly what you wanted, it is okay if you then get the change and there are going to be some things about the change you don't like. Because sometimes it's hard to admit that, hey, I want to move to a new city, and knowing already at the front part of that, before I even moved, that I'm going to get to that city and there's going to be some things about that city I don't like. There's going to be something. There's going to be someone I meet who's rude. There's going to be something about it, the public transportation, or about my landlord, or, you know, God only knows what, that I'm not going to like. And it's okay to know that the negative things are coming along with the positives. And so I would encourage you to do that, especially as you embark on changing your life in the new year or any point of the year, that there are stages that come through. And specifically, check yourself if it's a really major change. Moving, getting married, changing careers, I don't know. Whatever major change you're going through in your life, know that month 1 is fancy and new and shiny. And month 2, maybe you're gonna go through some shit. And by the end of the month 3, if you're still kind of loving the change, if overall, when it all settles down and becomes more natural and smooth, it all makes sense, then maybe you should keep it long term. I don't know if that'll be helpful for anybody else, but it's something that I'm constantly reminding myself of as I'm about to embark on new change, that there's going to be an ebb and flow of it, and there's a cycle that I go through, and the cycle is normal, and other people have gone through it as well, and you just got to stick it out and see if it actually is something that works for you. Try it on. Try the change on for a second. Sit with it. Make sure that it is something that really, really works well for you. And I guess that could even apply to spirituality. I don't know if 3 months total is the amount of time I'd give to trying on a spirituality, but that ebb and flow, like I definitely had moments where I was like, oh my god, look how shiny a new witchcraft is. And then it was fantastic. And then suddenly I would lull and it would be not so fun and it was hard and there were things to go through like, what other people think about me? Will this risk my job? Will people have certain stereotypes and, you know, opinions about what I do in my spirituality that I've never had to deal with before? And, you know, then it kind of evened out at the end and I realized, no, this witchcraft is a thing I really, really enjoy. Yeah, I don't know if that took 3 months per se. Probably around 6, I felt like, with spirituality. It was a longer transition for me to realize, no, I really do. This is my shtick. This is my thing. And then I committed myself to the craft. But anyway, a little bit of advice, a little bit of me randomly talking at you. I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. New podcasts go live every Wednesday. Coffee and Cauldrons. And I will see you guys next time.